I'm Lewis Clark. I'm an ex-offender, recently just finished a 16-year prison sentence for armed robbery.
My name is James Busby. I'm a hairdresser. When people sit in the chair, all I know is their name, never their story.
They continued to shoot my brother.
The next person sitting in this chair is Lewis.
Yes,
James,
how are you,
nice to meet you, man.
All good?
What would you like to do?
Do you know, I want to keep it simple.
Yeah.
I want like a skin fade.
Cool.
I need some taken off the top though, you know, and a little off the front.
Okay, cool. Should you wash your hair?
Let's go.
So, do you live locally?
At the moment, I'm living in Feltham. I'm in like a shared accommodation. I'm originally from Battersea.
Oh, okay. How have you got to sort of live in there?
Do you know, it's a bit of a story, you know.
Yeah. Are you sort of happy to share it?
Basically, don't know how to come out of it, but I've recently finished a prison sentence.
Okay.
So I've been home for like 18 months now.
Okay.
I was sentenced to 16 years in prison for armed robbery.
Bloody hell.
It was meant to be easy and simple. We was watching it, and on this occasion, 2 weeks before the robbery, the guy who was delivering the money was about this tall. So I'm thinking, this is easy, this is going to be a quick 40 grand.
Yeah.
So anyway, we waited a couple weeks, turned up on the day of the robbery. This big geezer's got out the van, this 20 stone looking powerlifter, stuck the gun to this geezer, and he like swung a punch for me.
Right.
But I've always been into boxing, so I've kind of rolled it.
Yeah.
And then I've gun bucked him. But when you get like, I've got a bit of tunnel vision, so I didn't realise how many times I've hit him with the gun.
Yeah.
He knocked out eventually, he was on the floor, he was laying on top of the money. I've had to get him off the money,
Yeah.
get the cash cassette and get back in the car and go. My dad was actually my codie on it. We was doing cash vans.
Right, okay.
When they're filling up the cash machines.
Yeah.
And
So does that mean you're doing it together then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad's been in and out of prison my whole life.
Okay.
He's an old school armed robber.
What was that like growing up?
It felt kind of normal. Like I just remember as a kid, my mum dragged me on the trains, the tubes, the buses, going on these prison visits. I used to lack confidence. I've never been a confident person. It's different. This is gonna sound crazy to you. When it comes to like armed robberies and stuff like that, I'm all over it. But when I left school, I went for a job interview at Asda's.
Okay.
And I was one of the two who actually didn't get a job.
Okay.
And I was thinking, I can't even get a job in Asda's.
Right.
And that proper knocked my confidence. So I'll be honest, I started selling drugs from like the age of 15. I was just always on my pedal bike, just selling £10 and £20 bags of weed. Things just started getting bigger and bigger. I'm from an estate. Like, there was a lot of gang activity around my way. We was involved quite a lot. There was a lot of shootings going on.
But in that world, it's a commonplace thing.
It doesn't surprise me. My brother's been hit 5 times. He was shot like 2009. Do you know what, that day is just crazy. I remember the machine gun just going off.
Yeah.
And the first shot actually hit my brother in his Achilles, so it dropped him. And do you know what, my other friend I was with before, so he was hit 5 times as well. And
yeah. Wow.
But by this time, I'm already hiding behind the dustbin, and they continued to shoot my brother. And every time they shot me, I went, oh! Shot him again, oh!
You're hearing that?
I'm hearing it. I've run out, and I laid on top of him to cover up the holes.
Okay.
Until the ambulance got there, so I thought my brother was dead.
Yeah, of course.
They both ended up in the same hospital, and they've both survived it, man.
And it's all just gang-related stuff?
It's all gang-related stuff over absolute nonsense. No one wins from it.
No.
When I got that 16-year prison sentence, I started off in H&P Highdown. How mad is it? Like, I was actually sharing a cell with my dad. In a way, it was a good thing because he got me into a routine, getting me up early and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just mad to think, like, my dad's like laying in the bed next to me in prison. I know it's mad, but I still see him as a good dad.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
Even though he's done about at least 23 years in prison.
Bloody hell.
He's currently waiting for parole right now.
Okay.
So this is actually the prison yard.
Yeah,
So this is me and the boys doing a little workout. This is me and my cell.
Yeah.
With my mates, just finished the workout.
All training, yeah.
So,
unit?
I went up to 17 stone at one point.
Yeah.
I was a lump. It's not until I've got this 16-year sentence that it kind of knocks some sense into me, like to sort my life out, you know?
Yeah.
And I hurt a lot of people. That goes for the victim also. So he lost a few teeth. And I've read his statements and his wife's statements. I was thinking, oh, what have I done, man?
Yeah.
I mean, to this day, it does bother me. I'm thinking, I hurt a family there.
Of course. Your story is, there's a lot going on.
And the thing is, I've got a little 11-year-old daughter.
Oh, amazing.
And I left her when she was 2 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember the first visit we had in Highdown 2013. I remember it's coming to the end of the visit, and my little girl looked at me. She was like, "You come home now, Daddy." And she don't realise that I can't leave this seat. I have to stay here. And them words have stayed with me a long time. "You come home now, Daddy." And they're my go-to words.
Yeah.
When I'm having a tough time, and that's what's keeping me out of prison.
Amazing.
And just be there for her, you know?
Amazing. It's good.
Be a dad.
That's all you need.
I've got 7 years left on licence now, so if I get in trouble again, I'll have to go back to prison.
How is that? Are you managing with it well?
I'm just trying to build something myself now. I'm getting goosebumps because it feels so good to know I'm fully out of it, you know? Like, to do better and that.
What's your kind of plan moving forward in the future?
I was always into my training, so I've done all my level 1, 2 and 3 personal training courses, so I'm a fully qualified PT now. I'll go down to a place called Carney's Community in Battersea. It's like a boxing club. I really wanted to make a change in like the young kids' lives and that around my estate. So I'm just trying to be better, do better.
Finished now, mate. So I'm gonna turn you around, show you your hair. Checking it out.
All right, this is looking proper. That is looking fresh.
Yeah, cool, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I'm ready for a night out.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank
Awesome,
you, man.
Sick.
Thank you, man.
Been brilliant. Appreciate it.
See you again
See
soon.
you later.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one. I'm a similar age to Lewis, and I could not imagine having to rebuild my life after being in prison for such a long time. Wish him all the best moving forward and him turning his life around for himself and his daughter. Next in the chair is Connor.
Hey, you're right.
Hey, you must be Connor.
You're right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Do you want to come take a seat?
Yeah, we'll do.
What would you like to do to it?
So skin fade on the side,
Yeah.
7 on the top, shape up, and then just a beard shaped up.
Nice, tidy it up. You like the length that it's
Yeah,
at,
I
just
like the
kind of
length.
take the edge and keep it just nice and
That's
clean,
it,
basically.
yeah.
So, where are you from?
From Croydon.
Croydon, yeah?
Yeah.
You got family, got girlfriend, partner?
It's been on and off really, with relationships and stuff like that. I don't know who the right one is at the minute, so.
Things happened in the past?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I was wrongfully accused of rape.
No way.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
What happened?
The person that accused me was my ex. So we broke up, whatever, quite toxic it was. So I ended up getting with someone else quite soon after. And she was just very, very obsessive. And it got to the point where she kept messaging me saying it's either her or no one, basically. And then she was messaging me things, I'm gonna get you done for this, like rape and stuff like that. And I didn't really think nothing of it. And then one day I've had the police at my door. They've gone to get their cuffs. I said, listen, you're not putting me in cuffs until I know what's going on. Then they've turned around and was like, we're arresting you on a rape charge, basically. And I was shocked, and I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
They said, yeah. I said, no, you've got it wrong. And then it started to click in my head what she said to me. They just put me in the van. Obviously, went to the police station. So I was in there for 24 hours. When I had my interview, it was 2 female officers from the Sapphire unit, which is where they deal with all rape cases. But she basically said that I've made a video without her consent. After the interview was done, they looked at me and they said, I know you've done it and we're going to get you for this. Then they said, yeah, I've been charged and I've got caught.
Sorry to stop you, you've been involved in the police before or anything?
No, I
No,
wasn't.
so you're like not known,
Yeah.
like first thing,
Yep.
they've just come.
That's
and
it, yeah.
That's it, right.
Yeah. So I had to do a video link from the police station to the court. That's when they remanded me, and I didn't know what it meant. I was only 19, so I had a woman, it wasn't a police officer, but it was the ones that work within the police station. She's like, yeah, like, she's like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, like, why wouldn't I be? And she's like, oh, have you ever been in prison before? And I'm like, no. I'm like, why are you asking me that? She's like, because you're going. And I was like, what? Then I started to realise, wow, this is serious. Yeah. So then I made a call straight away to my family, told them, obviously they was upset, they couldn't believe what happened.
Yeah.
When you're going for something that I was accused of, you go basically to like a VP wing, it's a vulnerable person wing.
And so you're a vulnerable person.
Yeah, so you don't mix with people that has done other things, because obviously no one likes a rapist. When I went in, there was no room on the wing, and I had to go on a healthcare ward. For the first 5 nights, it was crazy, because obviously I just hear smashing, screaming. After a certain amount of time, it's like I got used to it in there. And I started feeling like it was normal to be there, so it was weird. Everything's in order. You wake up at a certain time, you eat at a certain time, and you just get used to it.
So obviously, at what point did you see and sort of properly sit and chat to a solicitor and go through it all?
They was visiting me in prison, the solicitors. I was looking at 12 years.
12 years?
Yeah.
How did you feel at that point?
I just felt low. I just felt like I've got nothing to say. No one's going to believe me. I thought, I'm finished. I thought, that's it. And my character's gone now. I'm done. I'm getting 12 years, simple.
So how long have you been in for at this point?
Only 3 months.
Okay.
But it felt like years. My brother, he done basically everything he could to get me out.
Right.
He backed up iClouds, he went through messages, he went through everything you can think of on my phone, sending it to my solicitors. In her statement, it clearly says, on the day that she went to the police was the day that she found it, basically. But on the messages, there was the video, and then there was her messages about it, which was months before. But there's screenshots here of our chats and conversations relating to this video, saying how she wants to do it again and whatever.
Right.
And you've even messaged me days before saying you're gonna ruin my life. Oh, attempted rape, yeah? Laughing face. Right. I'm not being funny, but if I raped you, you're not gonna be saying that to me.
No, yeah.
Then he thought he would take it upon himself to go to the CPS directly himself.
Yeah.
And he built up a massive file, and the CPS said that they needed an emergency hearing.
And they just found there's no evidence, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, so
if it wasn't for him, it would have been, could be a different outcome.
It could be a different outcome, 100%, yeah. So I got released in January. As I walked out the corridor, everyone was kicking the doors, screaming, like they were
in a
positive way, yeah, because they all knew that I wasn't that guy. Like,
how long did that take to kind of adjust and feel kind of normal? I mean, now you've been 6 years ago, you put it behind you.
I don't think it's ever really gone properly.
No?
But
okay.
I felt like I changed when I come out. I wasn't the same.
So everything just stopped, you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, it's like my life was just put on hold. Obviously, lost my job, everything really. There's times where I've actually said I wanted to go back in, and I just felt everyone would look at me in one way, no matter what anyway. But to be fair, a lot of the public, once they see the report, see there was a lot of people out there that had my back, and and the majority was females. Everyone said that she should have got named and shamed, which I do agree with, 100%.
So she can't name her?
No. And I'm like, what?
Right, okay,
yeah. And I'm like, wow.
Don't know what to do, yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Well, it sounds like a roller coaster of emotions. Do you have like therapy about it? Do you talk?
I went therapy. I was on and off for last year, and I definitely feel much better in that sense. It's been a big bear on a relationship. Like, even when I have been in relationships, there still is that feeling there.
Distrust.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So now in terms of relationships moving forward, you're just not really too fussed at the moment?
I'm just trying to focus on myself, really. Yeah. And whatever comes, and hopefully it's something good.
Comes when you least expect it.
Yeah, that's the best thing, then it'll feel more natural.
Cool, man, spin you around.
Yes,
cool.
That's much better.
Feeling good?
Yeah, I feel fresh now.
Yeah, I feel really fresh.
Thanks
Even like say you have it done once a week, it just cleans it up, pulls it back, makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely does. Yeah, it looks much neater now. Thank you very much, I appreciate that.
Thank you for sharing your story.
I definitely should go get a selfie?
Yeah, 100%. Let's get it done. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah, cool. Brilliant. What strikes me most about my conversation with Connor is how it's impacted his life, particularly relationships with women. What a terrible story of someone being falsely accused. I can't imagine the frustration and anguish he must have experienced trying to clear his name. Just getting ready for my next climb. As ever, all I've got is a name. Let's find out their story. Next in this chair is Wes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, pal.
Come and have a seat.
Cheers, lad.
Right, Wes, what are we doing with your haircut?
I just like a fade on the side, really. And I just like my beard trimmed down and faded.
And this is your vibe, so you top knot it, keep all this tidy and do it. You want to neaten any of this?
Yeah, you could trim the little
I
bit.
think go through, tidy that, give you a good little like top knot like there, and I'm going to put a cream in it, and you'll look good. So where are you from, Wes?
I'm from Newport.
Newport, cool.
Yeah, in Wales.
Yeah, what was it like sort of growing up in Wales?
Let's just say I had a bit of energy when I was younger. I got a bit of trouble. And
Okay.
I was a drug dealer when I was a kid. I would be someone classed as involved in county lines, which is using young people and vulnerable adults to carry and transport drugs from one place to another.
What age was this at?
12, 13.
Really?
Yeah.
That young?
Went from babysitting a house, then started taking journeys then, take this package there.
When you say babysitting a house, what do you mean by that?
So the street would call it a bando or a trap house. So I'd basically be there weighing up the drugs, chopping them down, also counting the money as well. But people are coming there to use as well, and people are overdosing on you.
So is it kind of a dehumanising sort of situation then? That's what
Yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah, exactly what it is. And as I got older then, 14, 15, 16, I started going on long journeys then.
If you don't mind me asking and digging into it a bit, what sort of, when you say journeys, what can you elaborate? What do you mean by that?
So I would have a bag and, just take things here, take things there. I was going to Birmingham, I was going to London, just start getting a bit deeper and deeper, really.
What was that like?
I'd seen some things that were completely out of my comfort zones. To sit in the house with older people, who were very scary, by the way.
Yeah.
Carrying guns, carrying knives. And I saw, the beatings and I saw the violence. I'm receiving some of it myself. But when I was 17, I got stabbed.
And what's the story behind that?
I noticed a group of boys followed me on the train. I had the bag for a gear. As I looked down, they put their mask up. I thought, yeah, they're definitely coming for me. So I get off at the stop at Newport. As I turned round, I went to pull my blade out,
Right.
and they already had the blades out. And
How many were there?
3
On one?
on me. Yeah, and I was just swinging, kicking, swinging.
Yeah.
Felt fine at first.
Yeah.
And then I just felt all lightheaded. I could just feel warm, then a hot, then a cold kind of sensation.
Yeah.
As I just looked around my body, I could just see different parts of my body going red. It was pooling blood right by my shoe. And all I remember was blue lights.
Right.
And it was armed police. I woke up in a hospital in Cardiff called the Heath. I was on a ventilator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and as I just looked down, I just see like all these little patches on me, like these little stitches all over, and I'm like, what's happened?
So where were they on you?
Chest?
Yeah.
Here, just below the shoulder.
Yeah.
2 in the stomach, and 1 went through my arm. Yeah. And the doctor said, you lost quite a bit of blood. 3 of the police officers would give me first aid together. Really? That's how bad it was, yeah.
So what happened after that?
And my grandfather's there. My mother had issues, so my grandparents just stepped in, really. So especially my granddad, he was more or less my father figure.
Okay.
When I was a kid. And he was like, you gotta stop this.
So you're in hospital. What was the process from that point onwards?
I got arrested for possession with intent to supply of Class A,
Yeah.
possession of a related article, because of my age. But with a youth court, they don't do like a judge and a jury.
No.
There's a panel. And this lady who was in the middle, she said, I've got 2 options for you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. She went, option A or option B?
Right.
I said, what's option A? She went, 3 years. I said, what's option B? And she said, see those 2 men over there? So I looked over, and it was 2 police officers. And she said, well, she said, those 2 police officers there come here this morning before you walked in and pleaded your case.
Really?
And she said, I heard, Mr. Cunliffe, you were very athletic. I said, what do you mean? She said, do you recall when you got stopped and searched? I went, oh, yeah, they chased after me with a dog.
Sorry, what dog was it?
Alsatian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a serious dog.
I just legged it, I just run. She said, well, a number of police officers have said you've been very hard to catch. It's like, have you thought about sports?
Oh, right,
Anything like that?
Just trying to spin it around.
Yeah. She said, if I see you back here, she said, you're not going to like what I have to say. You are going to take part in some form of positive activity. And the police officer who couldn't catch me, because he's a valley boy, he was like being into rugby bud. So I ended up getting involved in rugby,
Amazing.
and it was completely different setup.
Yeah.
Protein shakes, training Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Saturday mornings.
Getting the discipline in.
Yeah, I intended to like it,
Yeah.
so I just stuck with it.
Nice.
So I was playing rugby, I was playing with the Division 5 team. After the game, got in my granddad's car, he went, there's a bloke here for you. I went, right.
Right.
He went, called John Jones.
Right.
I went, yeah. He said, he's a chairman of Evervale, he is, boy. Now, Evervale, in rugby terms,
Yeah.
in Wales, it's a big club. They just sat me in the office and said, we're very impressed with you, we want to sign you, we want to sign you here with us.
Amazing.
And I didn't know how to react, I just didn't know how to react to that. My grandfather, just bless him, he said, a couple of years ago, I was watching The Doctor Save Your Life. So this is your chance to walk away for good. You're good enough. He said, you're good enough. And I played my first game, 4,000. At the end of that season, I won the Support Player of the Year award.
Amazing.
So I'd gone from being a complete wrong-un,
Yeah.
a menace to society,
Okay.
to now being a role model to young lads. Like,
How does that make you feel?
oh, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Speechless.
Right, so Wes, I'm going to spin you around, show you what's going on.
First.
Show you the big reveal.
How how'd you get like that?
Good, isn't it? Yeah.
That's absolutely class.
Nice, you like it?
That's absolutely class.
Yeah, good.
And how'd you get that so shiny?
That's just literally the product we put in.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's just really nice.
Wow, Wes, what a nice guy. From county lines, running drugs up and down the country, to rugby superstar. The more you talk to him, the more you understand his story. Wes is lucky that the judge saw something in him and gave him that second chance. I wish him nothing but the best.